Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Welcome to EAG's Super Secret Warehouse number 2, and today we're going to talk about a LeMans Blue E39 M5. This is quite a special car. It is the third from the last E39 M5 built for the world. It is an EAG Repeat Visitor. It's second lap through. EAG acquired this car from the first owner. Well, we're going to go over the whole history as we take a lap around the warehouse here with a whole lot of new arrivals. It has been a bit since we've been able to make these videos. I'm hoping you're enjoying them. Do hit that subscribe button and like button if so. You're going to see a lot of stuff right now that is not on the market, is not for sale on our website or any other major marketing websites yet. These first looks are a good opportunity to get a car that others might not have access to or haven't seen yet. We certainly are rewarding those enthusiasts and repeat clients that are tracking what is coming and going here at EAG, and placing them in great homes certainly is an honor. So without further ado, we're going to take a lap around this Blue M5 as well as around the warehouse here, because there are a lot of really cool cars that some have videos already on the channel, others at least in the current form do not. This is a 93 Mugello Rot M5, the very final of the North American spec cars. Certainly a car worthy of its own video if it makes it that long. It certainly has been a very popular car. We did put that one up on the website earlier. Not on the website, a Euro Bumper repeat car. Video on this car on the website, or sorry, on the YouTube channel if you've not already seen that 58,000 mile repeat visitor. You definitely have not seen this. This is the first one of these that EAG has acquired, but it certainly is not the only one, nor will be the only one. And if you don't know what it is, you do now. Pretty rare car that does have the appropriate amount of pedals on the floor and just enough miles to say I don't need to worry about breaking it in service-wise. I did want to take a quick lap around the car going to Omar in Oman. The paint correction is done, and look at this. It is better than new. It's a little bit of dust here and there. And I have to say, I cannot wait to get his feedback when this thing arrives across the world going to Oman. A whole lot of cool cars down this row as well. Another repeat visitor, 02 S54M Coupe with real low miles. First owner of this car is, that's a video on the channel as well. M2 CS, only 41 miles on that bad boy. That probably needs a video too. It's a sister car to the EAG M2 CS. And congratulations, this M5 is, double check making sure that is the right one. That car is heading to another client for the first time. Actually, excuse me, the third. This is the third E39 M5. Congratulations to Mr. Milan, now a resident down south in Florida. He actually had owned a LeMans Blue and a titanium silver from us almost a decade ago. So really cool and happy to pair him back with an E39, his lost love, I suppose he would say. Another repeat visitor, 9,000 mile E36 M3 and the 700 mile E39 M5, the Imola that should be coming to market soon. Man, it's hard for me to get rid of that car. You may have seen the Dynan Stage 3 or Stage 2 Z8 on BAT here recently in for Rejuve. Another video on the channel on CF 950. Right-hand drive Sport Evo, new arrival, and a couple more Rejuves here waiting to get back into the workshop. That Rejuve program has been completed on this LeMans Blue M5 and was done in 2015. That is when EAG first met this car for the first time. And it was a really cool story, one I'm very happy to share with you, as we're going to start going all the way back when this car was bought new by a military officer in Germany. And he was stationed there for quite a while, and the car stayed in Germany for pretty much all of its warranty life and a little bit of time thereafter. And when he was brought back to the States, of all places, he was stationed in Alaska. And while it's not the first car, it was one of the first cars, though, that we did buy from Alaska. And it was surprisingly difficult to get it out of there at that time. And it came down by ship to Washington, and then standard enclosed transport to Cincinnati. But it took a while. I think it took about a month almost. And yeah, it was a really, it was the right car that certainly needed to stay in a really great home, and that's exactly what we did. I'm showing you the worst mark on the entire car. It happens. It was probably the valet, and yes, we will fix it, and that is the worst thing about the entire car. And so we bring it in, we go through the full Rejuve program, and partnered with a father and son in Pasadena, California. We've put a fair amount of cars in this stable over the years. E36 M3 Z8. What was the other one? Oh, forgive me, my Holford friends. It'll come to me. And really great relationship. He was able to make it out to Cincinnati on a couple of occasions and meet with them, and really just great car guys. And it's time to pare down the collection, hence why this and that it was the Z3 M Coupe there on the end, the 2002. That's the car I'm missing, the other little first look I gave you there. 30,772 miles, the M perforated steering wheel added by the EAG pit crew and the ZHP shift knob prior to heading out to Pasadena. And you know, the VIN, here we go, CF93988. CF93990, that was the last one. There's two more after this car, and that's it. Of course, all the little things like the door gasket, now here round 2 on Rejuve, are going to be added to this road map to bring this car back to near new condition. We have yet to PPI this car. This is as it rolled off the truck. The M Coupe just was parked back in the warehouse after its PPI. The engine is still warm, just a couple hours ago. And you know, this car has certainly been loved by both of the owners, and you know, this is a color combo, especially this late in production, that I would love to have one of these in our stable. We did remove the hood insulation, going through doing a little bit of pre-DR work, and those are I mean, there's nothing that we don't do in-house. And that certainly helps us manage quality control. And speaking of, the front bumper and the hood did have a fair amount of rock chips and imperfections on it. Alaska doesn't have stones, they got rocks. And somehow one of them found its way in California, thankfully into the clear bra, because we did repaint the hood, we did repaint the front bumper prior to sending it to California, and then it was clear bra'd right upon arrival, the entire hood. So it has done its job. It has caught a couple rocks, as you can see, in the imperfections in the clear bra, and it does need polished and fully detailed and all that stuff. That's part of the process. We've simply given it a quick bath. But that clear bra did do its job. We can certainly pull that off. We can apply new if necessary for the next owner. That is one of the very few things that we don't do in-house, just not having yet that perfect clear bra installer. So if you are an amazing whiz with clear bra and want to come work with I don't know, some pretty cool hardware in-house, we can set you up a nice little studio in one of the little, hey, right there's probably a good spot. We'll make that really sweet over there and put a lift in there for the right guy. So if that, or you know somebody that's really ace and would love to live in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio, we would certainly love to bring that in a house. That's, again, pretty much the only thing we're not doing these days. We are actively hiring more technicians. The MK4 DVD navigation, which will be on the 2003 models as opposed to the 02s, and then the 03s. We're going to put some hood shocks on, rear trunk shocks on there. That one's getting a little bit weak. The rear airbags are, you know, the standardized item there on the 03s over the 02s. You could get them as an option, and then that's really about the only difference between an 02 and an 03. A pretty common question that we get, and then you'll see the airbag embossment there, which is another part of that update there on the 02s versus the 03s. I think some of our other videos covered that as well. We've got some older tires on the rear. We're going to update those with another set of PS4s. We put those Super Sports on the car 6 years ago, and while they've only done 3,500 or 4,000 miles based on time, we will update those. We've got a great service ledger on the car going back quite a ways, and of course we've got all of the EAG work, and then not a whole lot of work by the owners since maybe 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 2-3 grand in 6 years. I'll take it. USB for the media bridge that we put in period. We can certainly update that to the Blue Bus system. We'll go ahead and do the conditioning on the seat and really bring this thing back to effectively new, like we did with that carbon I just showed you there at the beginning. It's going to be a fun transformation, albeit it's not going to take a ton of work because it already has been through the program once and had 13-14 grand worth of stuff done, and I think another $7,000 or $8,000 worth of update stuff per customer request, including the Dynon mufflers installed. We are a bit behind on Dynon muffler shipments. They are on back order, like so many things these days. There will be more of them coming in soon. We have kind of dried up our supply of them, so thankfully, like a lot of the previously sold E39 M5s, they will already have the Dynon mufflers fitted on them. So I think that's a good clean lap around this LeMans Blue. It is coming to market soon. Once the PPI is complete, I will have a firmed up price in place. A lot of these cars are selling before we can even get a chance to make a video or even sometimes take pictures. So building those relationships and having those phone calls up front certainly will be rewarded. We do appreciate the support, everybody tuning into the channel, and I definitely mostly appreciate the guys that have these cars and have cared for these cars for so long and kept them in really great shape, reaching out to us and providing us those opportunities to keep them in another loving home for a second or third or fifth chapter. That's really what it's all about, and definitely very, very rewarding for not only myself but the entire EAG pit crew. So if we can be of any service in any way, you know what to do. Drop us a line. Thanks for tuning in. See you.